additional challenge.
He is kind of depending on the way Maier is playing. He just basically gave him that one game after being 40 love up. The 3 double faults, easy forehand miss. And then I wouldn't say he broke him at will, but he just hit such unbelievable shots to break back at 5-4. Be interesting to see how this tiebreak is going to hold out.
Interesting to see how he plays his first point. Will he try and serve and volley? Will he throw something new in or keep putting the hammer down?
That's the forehand I meant. Oh, that's the one. With that loopy forehand. Okay, it still was angled, but that's the loopy forehand. I think that's going to
1-0.
be better for Nadal than giving him the pace that he has been giving him. He has been pushing him like, come on, just beat me. And Maier has, actually, many times.
Well, he took a lot of pace off his first forehand, Maier, there. And that's something that he's been doing, is taking the racket out of Rafa's hands. He hasn't had as many opportunities in this set to hit that, as you say, loopy forehand, but you can see how successful it was as Nadal goes up a mini break.
See there, he serves to the forehand like, oh, come on, hit me with a big return. And he does. Then once again, he plays it hard into the forehand, like, come on, hit me with a big forehand. And he does, you know. So I feel like Nadal is pushing Maier and expecting him sooner or later to start missing them. But he's not. You know, I think from this perspective, maybe a different strategy, like creating more time.
Please.
Wow, that's great eyesight
from
both the linesperson and the umpire there, because he connected with that about as well as you can connect with a tennis ball. And if this is in, he would be very unlucky. Absolutely flush that. That's some excellent officiating, because that is a big point, and they've got that spud on.
2-1 Nadal. Maier has one challenge remaining.
Not easy as well, because Nadal was coming across the linesperson there in terms of trying to track it down, so could have been crucial.
That surprised Nadal and surprised me as well, I must say. From the ad side, he usually goes out flat wide as hard as he can. And from deuce, he has been getting a lot of free points of big serve down the middle. So he mixed it up smartly. Let's see what he does now on deuce side.
It was good. It just wasn't good enough from and Nadal had options there down the line, or whipping it cross court as he ultimately did. But he is, again, Maier pushing Nadal to come out with this type of tennis to keep him at bay.
Vamos.
Extraordinary.
that return on that first serve. And it's just, I don't know how it comes through for the people at home, you know,
Nadal.
watching this match and actually listening to this match, but that the sound of the ball.
I mean, that is just phenomenal. Not only did he make the pass and thread the needle with pace, but look at his movement after it. He was strong enough in the legs to be able to get himself back towards the court, even if somehow, miraculously, Maya could have made that. Look at that. I mean, this is even getting a former world #1 out of his chair. Former French Open champion. I mean, that is the quality that these two exhibiting out here. He may not be a household name, but he is producing the type of tennis that normal household names do, Leonardo Maya.
Five, 2, Nadal.
And in the context of the tournament as well, I think it's twofold. It shows everybody out here that Nadal's playing his best tennis in the big moments, and is also going to cut short, potentially, this match in 3 sets, which, given his preparation, is probably going to ultimately be a good thing for him. Looking deeper as we get through the draw. Damir Jumeur awaits in the next round for Nadal.
No, not yet.
5-3, Nadal.
Already 15 aces. Doesn't happen very often that someone hits 15 aces, especially when Rafael decides to stand so far back. He usually gets his racket to it.
Where's he go here? He's gone down the tee every time on the deuce in the tiebreaker.
Now he aces out wide.
Nadal's challenging the call on the right far sideline.
I'll tell you what, if this is in, this is another one of those ridiculous serves. I mean, that was almost on the left of the speed gun.
Yeah, it was to the left because it was out.
Second
It
serve.
almost felt impossible to land there if it was in at that pace.
Oh, he missed that one. He mistimed that one completely.
5-4, Nadal.
Seemed like he didn't see it properly.
Well, it was quick. It was 11 Ks faster than he's been delivering most of his second serves in the set. Maybe it just caught Nadal off tempo there because he was up on the baseline. He just can't shake Maya off in this set. Serve for it already at 5-4. Superb. So well thought out and perfectly executed
6-4,
into the body.
Nadal.
Handcuffed the Argentinian. He couldn't swing at it in the manner that he's been doing. And the perfect 1-2 combination from Nadal brings up match points. Look at that reaction. That tells you everything you need to know. He was pushed, not to the brink because it was a straight sets win, but he could have been extended to 4 for sure with the way that Maya was playing towards the end there. But that sets things up beautifully for Nadal's campaign here in Melbourne. And what a contest for us to savour.
Mark, it's about titles, it's about winning slams, but
his ability to find what he needs on the big points at the right moments, again coming to the fore. And if there was anybody in any doubt about the kind of form that Nadal is, if he's capable of winning a second Australian Open championship, I think those doubts have been put to rest. He's with Roger Rasheed.
Rafa, congratulations. I thought Leonardo played an amazing tennis match. He really took it to you. How did you rate the tennis match? You served over 70%, you hit 40 winners, 10 unforced errors. You must have been pretty proud of your performance.
Yeah, it's been an important victory for me. I know he's a tough opponent and he Leonardo is a player with big potential. No, he hit the ball so strong, and let's see the last couple of games how tough was it. No, I had to hit some great shots in the tiebreak. He's a very dangerous opponent. I wish him all the best for the rest of the season, to him and to all his team that I know very well, good friends since long time. So yeah, happy to be in the third round, of course, after a while without being on a competition. It's the second victory in a row. That's very important news for me.
You were very impressive. I mean, what I loved was your movement. You've obviously had a little bit of a knee problem, but it doesn't. It looks like you're 100% now. You're firing away, and I think that must be the most pleasing thing for you, that your body is so strong on the court.
Well, I don't know. I hope.
It's not. It looks good. Oh, if you're running at 50%, well, then we're in trouble.
Yeah, no, yeah, of course. No, being here always is a very special feeling for me. Playing in this court is always a big motivation, and this court brings me great energy. Thank you very much to all the crowd. Have been a long day and still here, so yeah. Many thanks, everybody, for the support. Without the crowd, for sure, this will be not the same.
Well, there was one person missing. Obviously, Uncle Tony, he's at home. How do you think? I mean, you've got your team around you, Carlos. How do you think he's feeling when he's a little bit? It'd be a little bit awkward for him, wouldn't it?
Sorry?
Uncle Tony not being here, he'd feel a little bit awkward back home watching you.
Oh, hopefully he was watching the match. That's all, no? Yeah, I have my team here with me, and yeah, we're doing. We're working. I think the right way. Tony is always there when we need anything. So just. Happy to be here, to be with my, part of my family here too. So just for my team and my family, this tournament is the favorite of the year. So I want to stay as long as possible.
Okay, let's get off tennis, Rafa. I know you love your golf. On tennis court, we look at your big forehand. It's your big weapon. On a golf course, what's your big weapon? Is it the driver? Is it the putter? What's your handicap first?
I have a good handicap, and I have a very bad style. So, but the ball normally goes more or less straight and sometimes long. So,
if you needed one club to win you the money, which club are you using? The driver?
Probably the putter.
The putter. So you're big off the forehand here, and you like the finesse on the golf course.
Well, yeah, more or less I have a good driver, but at the end of the day, the short game makes the difference now. So if you are playing well in the short game, then you're going to save a lot of strokes.
Very smart. Ladies and gentlemen, could you please thank Rafael Nadal? He's through to the third round, a champion performance.
Well, he may find a place on the golf course to fill the void for his competitive nature once his tennis career is done, but it looks far from done on the evidence of what we've seen so far here in Melbourne, Jacko.
No, it's what Roger said in his first question, 40 winners, 10 unforced errors. And he needed to play well, and he did. You know, it's remarkable to see after being out for quite a bit of time and not having played the year-end final, and still coming in here as the #1 in the world. Everybody wants you to do well, and everybody expects you to do well, and to go out there once again, be prepared and do all your homework in the off-season, and come here and be already as sharp as a knife in the first 2 matches.
And if he hadn't have been, especially today, well, it could have been a short-lived stay here in Melbourne as well, because the quality from the other side was undeniable. You look at those stats there for Leonardo playing at that pace with that intensity, and to have more winners than unforced errors just goes to show just how good that was from the Argentinian. It obviously wasn't good enough, but he couldn't have done any more.
No, Rafa only made 23 points more. The only thing where you could say, okay, is it break points converted? Is that the only category where both players didn't do so well? Yes, but if you see the way, you know, it went about, it's just the other guy playing unbelievable tennis. That can happen. Thoroughly enjoyed this one.
Yep, and he tried to do what he could up at the net as well, Leonardo Mayer. That's not necessarily where he wants